What is going on, YouTube? Happy Monday. Hopefully, you guys are having a fantastic day. All right, so we've got Monday baseball. We got 10 games on the slate. We're going to talk about every game as usual. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, throw a like on there, comment down below. Anything helps with the algorithm. All right, let's talk about the day that was. That was Sunday. Good old Sunday in the MLB is a wild one. We went 4-3. But one of our hits was just a half a unit. So we finished up, like we basically broke even, but technically 0.01 units. So it is a winning day. But we'll call it even. But if I can break even on Sundays, hey, that's not the worst day ever. Shane Smith over 15.5 outs. That was easy. I wish I would have thrown a whole unit on that, but that was plus 15. We had a half a unit on that. Yankees and Blue Jays, both to score 4 runs. Check both of those. We had Braves first 5. Man, I mean, this looked sweeter because we had Shane Baz move his start to today. We got Joe Boyle, the minor leaguer, rocking like a 6.25 major league ERA, and the Braves still couldn't touch him. Chris Sale got hit again, so yeah, that's a fade. Mackenzie Gore over 5.5 Ks. He finished with 7. Phillies and Cards over 7.5. This one killed me. Cardinals scored 7 runs. Phillies got shut out for the second time in 3 games. Wow. I didn't see the Phillies getting shut out against Liberatore and a very vulnerable Cardinals bullpen. And good call. I felt like Zach Wheeler was going to give up some runs, and he did. The Phillies just didn't come through for us. And then last play we had was Tigers money line. Love that play. I would still go to it. Casey Mize really didn't get banged around. We just didn't see the Tigers offense show up. So, like I said, 4-3, basically a break-even day, but that's okay on a Sunday. All right, let's delve into this slate, and then I've got 6 best bets for you guys. First game on the card is going to be the Nats and the Pirates. It's Paul Skeens day. So Paul Skeens going up against Brad Lord. We've got about a 5 to 7 mile an hour wind blowing out to left field. It's going to be 57 degrees, high humidity, and pretty low pressure. So we should see some good carry today. It may not be good for a guy throwing 100 miles an hour. Home runs are going to be up 13%, runs basically even. So this is the first time that Skeens faced the Nats. If we look at Skeens in his last game versus the Cards, it wasn't pretty. He went 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, walked 1, struck out 7. So I think he needs a good bounce back game today. That said, Nats are coming off getting absolutely destroyed by the Fish on a Sunday. Fish on getaway day, man. I think that's a thing again this year. So we'll have to monitor that. But if we look at the Pirates versus Nats, when they play at home versus the Nats, the offense just kind of shows up, averaging 5.1 runs per game versus the Nats since 2023. They've won 5 and lost 3. If we look at last year, they played 4 games against the Nats. They went 2-2, but they scored 25 runs in those 4 games. So they averaged 8.25 runs a game. So I want to get on the Pittsburgh train. I really do. But after that series against the Reds, where just offensively they were so bad, I just don't know if I can get on board. So minus 205's a ridiculous price to pay. I don't trust their offense on the run line. I don't want to take them first 5 minus a half because it's still not that great of value. So, unfortunately, I'll keep looking for angles here, but I can't get behind a team that's hitting sub 190 versus right-handed pitching. I just can't do it. And their bullpen is just awful. So this is a hideous bullpen. That said, the Nats bullpen's not much better, but nothing I can really do. Over 7 would be my best bet in this game. All right, next game is going to be the Giants and the Phillies. Landon Roop going up against Taijuan Walker. Walker's been very good. He's been very good to start the year. Last start was against Colorado. Went 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs. Prior to that, it was Atlanta. He went 4.2 innings, 5 hits, I think 2 earned runs. So not a terrible, actually no, 0 earned runs. So he has a 0 ERA. That said, I'm not ready to hop on the he's back train. Landon Roop, first game versus Philly. His last game was a start against Cincinnati. He went 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, only gave up 1 earned run, struck out 4 prior to that. He faced Houston, went 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 8 Ks. I think this is a Phillies spot. Or not Phillies, Giants spot. I lean Giants in this one. We got an over-under of 9. It's going to be about 58 degrees at game time. About a 5-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. Fairly high humidity. It's going to be about 74%. And we're getting low air pressure. So really good carry. These are 2 fly ball pitchers. My inkling is to take the over. It's currently at 9. I don't think it stays there. Actually, you can get 8.5. So I like the over 8.5. So we'll go over 8.5. If you want to do over 8, take some juice just to be safe. I think it's fine. Just not a spot I love for the Phillies, who just got shut out in 2 out of the 3 games versus a Cardinals team that's just not great. So I don't have a lot of good feelings here. And Giants are 11-4 on the year. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Phillies 5-5. Not so good. Now, if you're looking for an angle, they're 5-1 at home. But the Giants are 7-2 away. So this is really, give me the Giants in the spot. Next game is going to be the Royals and the Yankees. Seth Lugo going up against Carlos Carrasco. Don't love me some Carrasco, I'll tell you that. We've got 7-mile-an-hour wind blowing out to left field. It's going to be 51 degrees with high humidity and low pressure. That means home runs are going to be a poppin'. So if it were warmer, if this was a summer day with this conditions, oh boy, this over-under would be about as free as it gets. That said, Lugo's 2 games versus the Yankees, both last year. 14 innings pitched, 11 hits, only 4 earned runs, 0 earned runs in his game at Yankee Stadium. He had 10 Ks in that game, by the way. And we do know the Yankees have a fairly high propensity for striking out this year, about 27% K rate versus righties, which is one of the worst in baseball. That said, runs should be abundant today. I think the Seth Lugo from last year when he faced them to now is a different pitcher. So give me the over 8.5. Love this play. You can get 8.5 now. I know this says 9, but you can still get 8.5 on FanDuel, I believe. Okay. Next game here is going to take us to Boston. All right, Red Sox and the Rays. Shane Baz is going to be making that start he should have made yesterday. Going up against Tanner Houck. We've got a 10-mile-an-hour wind blowing out to right field. It's going to be 77 degrees. We do have some high pressure, and we have mid-humidity. So it is going to affect ball carrier a little bit. But that said, that's a pretty big wind blowing out. Home runs are estimated to be up 14%. Runs flat. So if we look at Houck versus the Rays since 2023, he's 1-3 with a 4.38 ERA in 5 games. So not amazing. Now, if we look at 24, so last season he faced them 3 times. And he went 1-1 with a 1.08 ERA. So he actually had a pretty nice go of it. 2 of those games were away. Now, his last start for Houck at home was good. He's very good against Toronto. But if we look at his 2 away starts, not great. 9.2 innings pitched, 7 earned, 12 Ks. So he's definitely giving up a lot more on the road than he is at home. So in this spot, I'm leaning Rays. Shane Baz, 2 games versus Boston. He's 2-0 with a 2.77 ERA. Last game, he looked pretty good against the Angels, who have been swinging a hot bat. 7 innings of 3 hit ball, gave up 2 earned runs, gave up 0 against Pittsburgh. He's only had home starts, so this will be his 3rd home start. Now, I like lefties in this spot. I think given the wind's blowing out to right field, kind of a shorter porch, ball's going to carry in this field from what we've seen so far. Tampa Bay's got 5 lefties in the lineup, and Boston has 4, so they do have a little bit of advantage there. Bullpens are pretty even. Neither are great. Boston's is a little weaker. Tanner Houck giving up a 367 average to lefties. So that's kind of the thing for me. Houck's not pitching well to lefties. We got 5 in the lineup today. Wind blowing out to right field. Whereas Shane Baz is pitching very well to lefties. So don't like Houck's hard hit percentage. I don't like his exit velo. Red Sox have struggled with runners in scoring position. Just everything here, in my opinion, lean towards the Rays. The Rays have been hitting the ball very well. They have one of the best batting averages versus right-handed pitchers right now. WRC plus is up there. K percentage is fairly low. Walk percentage is about mid. So I can't find an angle to get to Boston in this spot. So that's where I'm at with that one. Next game is going to be the Braves and the Blue Jays. Roof closed in Toronto. So a fun little fact about the Braves in Toronto. Blue Jays are 6-0 versus the Braves at home since 2023. Well, not since, it's 2021. They played one series in 21, one series in 23 in Toronto, and Toronto is 6-0 versus them. So we've got Easton Lucas going up against Grant Holmes. Lucas pitched 2 games in this season at Boston, looked fantastic. He went 5.1 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs. Against the Nats, 5 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs. Grant Holmes is the other guy on the mound for the Braves. Okay start. Okay. Nothing great. He's got a 4.00 ERA. Versus Philly, who's just really erratic with the sticks. He did pretty good. 4 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, but he walked 4. Against the Dodgers, he went 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs. So I don't really see a spot here to get behind the Braves, especially after what we saw yesterday. Just a complete inability to hit the ball. They're struggling against lefties already. This Easton Lucas, not a bad lefty. So this is a guy I can get behind. Give me the Blue Jays here. I like the way their offense looked. A very nice comeback win yesterday versus the Orioles. Get it back to extra innings was pretty a miracle, and they cashed our over 3.5. Braves have not been able to hit runners in scoring position, hitting like 170. Pitch mix is bad for Holmes against this team. There's just nothing I can really get behind here that says, hey, let's take the Braves. So Blue Jays up. Next game, Mets and the Twins. Clay Holmes going up against Joe Ryan. It is going to be 43 degrees at game time. There's going to be a 15-mile-an-hour wind blowing out to right field. Mid-humidity and pressure. Both teams are rocking 4 left-handed hitters today. All of them are near the top half of the lineup. So no real advantage with the lefties and the wind blowing out to right. I will tell you, Joe Ryan is a fly ball pitcher. 64% of his outs this year have come by the fly ball. Clay Holmes is a little more even split. He's actually perfect 50-50. Holmes at 9 games versus Minnesota. All have been in relief games. So he's got about 10 innings, and he's given up 2 earned runs and 7 Ks. I'm not loving Clay Holmes as a starter. He's had 3 starts so far this year. 2 of them have been against Miami. And against Miami, in those 2 games, he's got 10 innings pitched, 11 hits, 5 earned runs, 5 walks, but he does have 16 Ks. The other game was against Houston, 4.2 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 4 Ks. Too many walks. And against the Twins team, who offensively, they kind of go in streaks, but at home, who knows, right? At the end of the day, though, this is a 5-11 Twins team against a 10-5 Mets team. Twins are 3-7 in their last 10. Mets are 8-2. So do you want to fade the Mets with Clay Holmes on the mound? Not really. I think with this wind, I just lean towards taking the over 8.5. I think there should be some runs scored. Twins should be able to get to Holmes. I think the Mets should be able to get to Ryan. If we look at hitting, Mets haven't exactly been torching the ball lately, but I still trust them to do some damage today. But Joe Ryan's been pitching really well. You know, damage mostly from the Mets are going to come from left-handed side. He's got a 174 average to lefties, 216 to righties. Clay Holmes, 276 to lefties and righties. So pretty even split. Twins up or take the over. That's how I'm seeing this game. Just can't really get behind Clay Holmes. All right, next game on the card is going to be the Tigers and the Brewers. It's Tariq Skubal Day. So Tariq Skubal going up against Tyler Alexander. Skubal 1 game versus Milwaukee, and that was last season. It was a good one. 6.2 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned, 10 Ks. If we look at Skubal, Had a really good last game versus the Yankees, but man, it was biting cold that day. It was in the low 30s. But the start before that, not so good. Not so good. Actually, the previous two. I gave up 3 earned runs at Seattle, and he gave up 4 earned runs at the Dodgers. So, what Scooble are we going to get today? I think he's going to be pretty dominant, if I had to guess. On the other side, Tyler Alexander got a 2.84 ERA. He's had 2 games versus Detroit. Or not Detroit, Jesus. 2 games versus Milwaukee when he was with the Tampa Bay Rays. Good God, man. And those are both last year. 9 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 10 Ks. So pretty good. Why? Yeah, it is Detroit. What the hell am I talking about? All right, let's start over. Good Lord. Alexander, 2 games versus the Tigers when he was with the Rays. There we go. And it was 9 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, and 10 Ks. So they've seen him versus lefties. Tigers are not terrible, but they're not great. It's definitely an avenue to get to the Brew Crew at plus 130, being at home with the lefty on the bump. But am I going to fade Scooble? No. Give me the Nerfy in this one. Like the Nerfy at minus 140. That is going to be in a parlay we have. Astros and the Cards. Framber Valdez going up against Sonny Gray. Cardinals been hitting lefties really well, actually. One of the best left-handing hitting teams in the MLB right now. Sonny Gray been okay. He's got a 4.5 ERA, which isn't fantastic. K is up there. He's striking out 31% of the people that he faced. Walk rate is really low, 3.2%. He is a fly ball pitcher to the utmost degree this year. 75% of his outs come via the fly ball. There's going to be a 12-mile-an-hour wind blowing out to right field. 57 degrees out, high humidity and low pressure. So carry is going to be up. Now, Valdez, 1 game versus St. Louis, and that was back in 2023 at Busch Stadium. 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, and 6 Ks. But his last game was really good. At Seattle, he went 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned, 8 Ks. But then we go back to the start before that against the Giants. Not so good. 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 earned runs, 9 Ks. And then his first start was against the Mets. 7 innings, 4 hits, 0 earned runs, 4 Ks. So a bit of a mixed bag here from Framber. Definitely a bullpen advantage to the Astros. Cardinals bullpen, one of the worst in baseball right now. 4.79 ERA. That's 28th in MLB. So not a fantastic one there. For Valdez, pitch split's not good. Cardinals have been doing very good hitting lefty fastballs and the changeup, which he throws about 58% of the time between those 2 pitches. He throws a curveball about 36% of the time. That's where St. Louis has struggled a little bit. Pitch mix for Sonny Gray looks fantastic. I just don't know if I can get behind this Astros offense on the road. Can I trust them? Not really. I mean, they look better against the Angels. They actually started to put up some runs, but that was also at home. If we look over the last 10 games, Astros are 5-5, Cardinals are 4-6. But if we look at home record, Cardinals are 6-3 at home. Astros are 3-3 on the road. Give me the Cardinals plus 100 in this spot. Next game, Cubs and the Padres. Jameson Taillon going up against Dylan. Where the hell is the ball going to go? Cease. 57 degrees, so kind of cold for San Diego. High humidity, mid pressure. Got a 6-mile-an-hour wind, basically blowing from third base to first base. Taillon's pitched 2 games at Petco Park, 1 in 2018, 1 in 2023. 10 innings combined, 10 hits, 4 earned, 7 Ks. We look at Taillon's last outing. It was against Texas. It was okay. 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned, 1 dinger, 6 Ks. Now, that was a wind-blowing in day. Probably 6 or 7 earned runs if the wind wasn't blowing out that game. Dylan Cease, 4-2 with a 2.3 ERA versus Chicago. But we look at last year, pitched outstanding. 2 games against Chicago, 13 innings, 19 Ks, no earned runs. Last game versus the Sacramento Athletics was not good. 4 innings, 9 hits, 9 earned runs, and 4 Ks. I remember that one because I had the Padres on a money line. They scored 3 in the first, or 4, or something like that, and they got stomped. All right, so can I get behind Dylan Cease? No. not at this price. Just not something. I'm not paying minus 160 for the Dylan Cease show, especially a Cubs team that's riding hot on their West Coast trip where they just beat the Dodgers again. So what I like is Dylan Cease under 6.5 Ks. So that is minus 115. I think we'll find out in the best bets, but that's an official play. All right, last game on the card for Dodgers and the Rockies. Can the Dodgers bounce back? I don't know. Dustin May going up against Antonio Senzatella. Senzatella is a great guy to bounce back from. We faded him last time, and he gave up a ton of runs. Same thing this time, but do I trust the Dodgers at minus 325? God, no. So give me Dodgers race to 5. That's how I'm going to play this. Minus 130. I'm going to trust them to score runs on Senzatella. And a Colorado bullpen that is the worst in baseball. So I'm trusting they can hit a terrible pitcher and hit a terrible bullpen. May's been pretty good. 0.82 ERA this season. Middle of the road in terms of strikeouts. We are going to have a 6-mile-an-hour wind blowing out to right center. It's going to be chilly. It's only going to be 57 degrees, and we got mid-humidity and pressure. So that is going to impact things a little bit. But this is a great get-back series for the Dodgers. Should be able to bounce back strong here and get the dub. So that is where I'm at. Dodgers, a race to 5. All right, let's talk about best bets and get you guys on your way. Like I said, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Put any comment down below. There is no wrong answer unless it's hateful or derogatory. But other than that, you're good. All right, Yankees and Kansas City. Give me the over 8.5. It's Carlos Carrasco, and I don't trust Seth Lugo against this Yankees team with the wind blowing out. So give me the over 8.5. Give me the Rays money line. This is just a play. I think we've got a nice advantage here. So I like the Rays in this spot. Give me Mookie Betts 2+ bases against Senzatella. Is a great matchup for him. This is actually a 10 out of 10 matchup. So love him to do some damage in this series. Give me the Tigers and the Brewers paired with the Nats and the Pirates, and we're going with the Nerfy. Nerfy is no run first inning. We're going to pair them both together at plus 193. You can take them separate if you want. It's like minus 140. It's up to you, but I'm parlaying them together and doing 3/4 of a unit. Next play, Dylan Cease under 6.5 Ks at minus 115 on DraftKings. He's got a good track record, but the Cubs are rolling, and I don't trust Dylan Cease. So that's where I'm at with that. I don't think he even hits his innings. So just decided to go with his under in this case. And then last play is Dodgers, a race to 5. So we're taking that at minus 130 on DraftKings. In terms of a parlay today, so if I was looking at a parlay, I would do, let's see, Giants, Rays, and let's see, there was one more. So Giants, Rays, and Tigers. Giants, Rays, Tigers. I believe that's like plus 430, plus 420. So those are the plays. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video.